Hey, what's going on, folks? Welcome back to the Real Legend of Gaming. We are back with some Clash Royale, folks. Now, as you can see on the screen, there's a brand new impossible challenge issued by CWA. This time, it is a Lumberjack Cycle Bounty. So you achieve a 12-win grand challenge using a 2.0 Elixir Lumberjack deck, and you could win $200. The prize will increase by $50 every day until it reaches $1,000. Now, Ash has really been having a lot of fun with these challenges. You saw the impossible challenge last week. And this time around, I actually decided I want to give this challenge a try. But I'll be honest with you guys, I just want to see if I can get a couple wins, right? At the end of the day, I don't expect to get 12 wins with this deck because this is a wicked one. And I'm going to tell you why. And I'm going to quote Ash specifically. This one is deceptively difficult since the only 2+ elixir card you can run is Lumberjack. No miner, no goblin barrel. Still think it's easier than all the spell bounties though. P.S. We'll announce a new classic challenge bounty on Sunday the 18th. Now this is insane, right? Because normally you hear cycle and your first reaction is like, alright, no problem, I'm going to use a miner cycle deck. But there's no miner and no goblin barrel. So it made it a lot more trickier. And of course, Ash is going to try to make this impossible, right? Because it makes it more fun. So enough with that. I need you guys to tune in because we're going to have some fun in this match. Now, let's drop that intro. All right, folks. So here is the crazy, impossible Lumberjack Cycle Deck. So it's going to consist of, and probably you're going to guess most of them, the cheapest cards in the game. But I thought they all blended well together and it gave us an opportunity to defend against all types. So you got the bat, you got the skeleton, you got the fire spirits, you got the lumberjack, right? Because it's a lumberjack cycle. Then you got the barbarian barrel, ice spirit, spirit goblins, and the zap. 2.0 on the dot, so the deck defends against air and ground and gives you a lot of advantages, especially when double elixir time. You're going to be dropping cards non-stop, and that's where it becomes crazy and fun. So let's get into some replays, folks. All right, folks, so this is the first replay here is against Angelo from Frango Free Throw. And we're going up against a very meta bridge spam deck, which has a P.E.K.K.A. So imagine how difficult it is going to be to defend against the P.E.K.K.A. when you only have these cheap cards, right? So really, because of the cards we have, the idea is just kind of to play the Ice Spirit to cycle through and use the Lumberjack for practically every defense we have on the ground. Now, by having the Spirit Goblins, we're able to defend against the air units, so it does help out. Now, unfortunately, you got to be able to cycle quickly enough because when you have something like an Infernal Dragon, you can get rocked really quickly, which is what happened right there. So we're going to let the count build up, which necessarily doesn't have to always be a strategy because you're going to be able to cycle easily between cards, so you don't have to necessarily wait for the count to go to 10. But if you're able to, it only gives you an advantage to stockpile more. So right there, we're able to get the fire spirits in along with the spirit goblins, along with the lumberjacks. So we got a raged up push, and then we use the bats to do some damage against the infernal dragon, buying more time for the spirit goblins to get more chip damage in. So that worked out very well, and at this point we're at an even point in this match. Use the skellies there to distract the infernal dragon, and that's pretty much like the notion of this match, right? You're going to be doing a lot of kiting, you're going to be doing a lot of distracting, so placement is very key. And I mean, if you guys are pro players, you're going to have fun. You're going to have an easy time enjoying this deck. And if you guys are as skilled as me or better, you're going to be okay as well. So there goes the P.E.K.K.A. At this point, right, the only fear that we have is waiting for a lot to come in. But we got that cover right there, ready to throw out the arrow. We use the barbarian barrel to take out the ice wizards. That way the P.E.K.K.A. doesn't have protection from the back. And then we'll be able to chip away with the spirit goblins once again. Now, you saw how I was bleeding. You got to be very careful with double elixir timing because each card at that point has like an average of 1 elixir or less. In some cases, you got to be able to drop down consecutively. So there we raged up. We use the barbarian barrel again. Ice spirit to stop that battle ram. And then we're going to bring in the bats. And then the lumberjack to take out those barbarians. Then we're going to barbarian barrel again to get the ice wizard focus off of the push. We use the ice fire spirits to get out the P.E.K.K.A. The bats to finish off that infernal dragon. And again, the Spirit Goblins come right back, and then we kite with the Fire Spirits who do more damage, and we're pretty much making this P.E.K.K.A go around in circles. Lumberjack is going to take out that Electro Wizard, and we still are rolling, right? We're going to try to get a raged up push once again. We kind of have an idea what deck they're using, so we don't necessarily have to worry too much about a log, but we got to worry about the arrow. So the Lumberjack is still there. We're chipping away. We're doing everything we can to try to keep that P.E.K.K.A away from the bridge and to keep the push from getting closer to our tower. So now we're going with a bar barrel. We're going to sneak in the Lumberjack. We're going to put some pressure, do our little version of a bridge spam, drop the Fire Spirits. We're going to use the Skellies. Should be able to chip away at that Battle Ram. Ice Spirit to slow it down. And now we just got to worry about that E-Wiz. So it's become a very crazy match, right? They got me down to 274. I have a little over 500 left. They threw a fireball. So check this out. We got to be moving really fast here because if they get to another fireball, we're done. So now we got to stop their push, cycle enough to give us an opportunity to win this match before the fireball comes right back into rotation. And we did just that. So good game right there. Angelo throws down the good luck because I think he has an idea that we're trying to do the CWA impossible. So this deck here is a little tougher because it has minion hordes, right? Which we can defend against that. However, they also have a balloon. So you gotta be very careful because they got Skarmy as well and the Infernal Dragon. So a lot of air units, but I think that we're well covered with the Fire Spirits, Bats, and the Spirit Goblins. So right there, we're able to take care of the lumber and we're able to get rid of the minion horde. So we're looking pretty good. So we're going to do chip damage on the right-hand side with the Spirit Goblins. Worked out really good in our case there. Now they're going to do P.E.K.K.A with the with the Wizard. We took out the Wizard. And now we just got to worry about the P.E.K.K.A. Now we got a raged up Bats. Let's see how far they can go. We'll try to protect our Spirit Goblins once again to do even more chip damage. And it worked out. We use the Barbarian Barrel to get rid of the Skarmy and to be able to distract the Lumberjack. And then we'll use the one of the Skellies just to finish them off, or at least create a little bit of a diversion so the Archer Tower can finish off the rest. Now we're going to throw in our Fire Spirits so they can tank a little bit for the Spirit Goblins and again, chip damage. Now here they're going to bring in the Minion Horde. We're going to zap them, let the tower finish them off, and just distract them a little bit with the Ice Spirit. And now we're going to use the Bat and the Fire Spirit to finish off the balloon, which they snuck in that balloon very well. In most cases, they would have been able to do tower damage, but we were able to cycle quickly enough to those cheap counters, and we were okay. And once again, we're back to the Spirit Goblins to do even more chip damage. So now we got to worry about this Wizard. We all know the Wizard is not a nice person, so we got to be able to take him out quickly. We use the Barbarian Barrel. We got the Lumberjack. We're going up against the mini P.E.K.K.A. We use the Ice Spirit, and we're all good. Back to square one, baby. All right, now we're going to wait and see exactly what play they're going to make because we know they have the balloon, and we do not want to get caught off guard. So we're just going to drop the elixirs, one elixir cards. Spirit Goblins again. We're going to try to do chip damage. Working out. We play the Barbarian Barrel. We drop the Lumberjack, and we got to be a little bit faster, man, because we're bleeding a little bit. So we're dropping cards now like it's crazy, right? We're going to drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. And there goes the balloon that we were waiting for. We got the Bats and the Fire Spirits on deck ready to be used against them. And now we just got to stop the Minion Horde. Kind of do the same thing we did before. It almost backfired though, I'm not gonna lie to you, but we were able to survive it. We used the Barbarian Barrel to get rid of that P.E.K.K.A, and we're back to square one once again. So rinse and repeat, right? That's the point of the cycles. We got the Barbarian Barrel in front of the Spirit Goblins, and we got the victory there. So we had a lot of fun with the challenge. CWA, you are a crazy dude, man. Much love though. You know you're my big brother in this community. But this challenge is crazy, and I cannot anticipate how this will do against a Golem deck or a Mega Knight deck. Oh my goodness, I don't even want to imagine it, but we played a couple matches. It worked out good for us. Hopefully you guys can get the 12 wins. You know, it's definitely a great thing and awesome for the community as always. So folks, I'm going to show you the deck once again. So it's the Bats, Skeletons, Fire Spirits, Lumberjack, Barbarian Barrel, Ice Spirit, Spirit Goblins, and Zap. And I hope that you guys have much better luck than I do, all right? So appreciate the support always. Remember, Brawl Stars is coming out in December for global release. So we're going to be covering down the channel along with Arena, Valor, and we're going to be streaming on Twitch for everything else, all right? So again, appreciate everything. Peace out.